The question is, could you give some advice on how to approach Saunders Research Onion and writing about those elements in your methods chapter? Matthew, what is Saunders Research Onion and why do we care?
Yeah, great question. So, Saunders Research Onion is a framework that helps you to really think through all of the pieces and the elements of your methodology. Not necessarily your methodology chapter, but your methodology itself, how we're going to build our methodology. If you're not familiar, a quick Google search of Saunders Research Onion will pop up tons of resources. We have one also at Grad Coach. You can take a look at that. Basically, when we think about this, it's often shown in a diagram with stacked circles. And we kind of work from the outside in. So we start at the big picture and we think about what is our research philosophy? What is our big paradigm that we're going to apply to this? Is it interpretivism? Is it positivism? Is it pragmatism? What kind of epistemological view are we taking in our dissertation? Then we come a step in and we think about our research approach. Is it qualitative? Is it quantitative? And we kind of shift into those buckets at this point. We go in another level, we start thinking about our research strategy. Is it experimental? Are we using action research techniques? Maybe we're doing case studies. Maybe we're doing qualitative interviewing. We start to get into our strategies of specific things we're going to do. We get in smaller. Now we get into our choices. We start really to refine and define what this study is going to look like. A next circle down, time horizon. We start to think about what are our time boundaries? When are we going to roll this out? When are we starting data collection? When are we finishing data collection? What does our window look like? And then we get into that real nitty gritty at the middle of our concentric circles, which is techniques and procedures, specifically and in detail. What are we going to do? And so I said at the beginning of this question that this is a framework for defining our methodology, but not necessarily our chapter. And that's because our chapter is going to unfold a little bit differently than this methodological procedure. So working through the Saunders Research Onion is really more of an exercise that you should do early in your dissertation process, that you should be talking about with your advisor. This is a great place where your advisor can give feedback, where your advisor can sort of catch you and redirect you if you're going in a way that they don't want you to go before you do all of the writing. And then when we shift over to actually writing that methodology chapter, we're going to take these pieces from our exercise and we're going to plug them into the various sections of our chapter, usually following the template provided by our university, which is going to be a little bit different. It's going to give you some different places to talk about data collection and samples and procedures in a different kind of way and structure. So think about the Research Onion first as an exercise, as a sort of calibration and preparation exercise. And then we want to turn to our dissertation handbook and really begin writing our methodology through the lens provided to us in that handbook.
So I've just popped up a link there to a blog post that we have, Saunders Research Onion. So we cover that in a little bit more detail there. But as Matthew said, it's really a framework to think about how to design and how to develop your research methodology. You're not necessarily going to follow that structure in your methods chapter. That's going to really depend on the institution and the requirements and expectations. As I always say, take a look at previous examples of dissertations from your department, if you can get access to them, because that's going to be sort of your gold standard for what are the norms. And if you're struggling to get hold of them, maybe ask your supervisor, do they have a past student's proposal or methodology chapter that they can share with you as well? Because that's also going to give you the inside scoop on how they like to structure the methods chapter. But yes, definitely Saunders is great for helping you think through those big decisions that you need to make at each stage of the research methodology.